Hello, phyconomy people. My name is Iain, and I'm speaking to you from my little beach hut in the Philippines, bringing you a message from this veteran phyconomist to those of you with many phyconomy adventures in front of you. So, I'm going to share with you 10 lessons learned from 60 years of phyconomy exploration and research. My most recent decade of experience was mostly associated with C6 energy, but I am now home in the Philippines applying the lessons I have learned with Seaweeds Hub. 60 years of experiences led to the mission of my remaining life, which is to restore tropical seashores, one enterprise at a time, with enterprise ecology. So, what are the 10 useful lessons I've learned? Lesson number 1 is that phyconomy is by the people, for the people. Tropical seaweed farming is an outstanding example of large-scale crop production developed from simple methods refined by farmers in the sea, as Dr. Maxwell Doty used to say. Field phyconomists drive iterative cycles of innovation. Here are 4 of the best. Here's Max Doty, Vic Alvarez, Ruben Baraka, and Maddie Simbic. The phyconomist functions both as cultivator and as innovator. The farmer phyconomist monitors and manages farm units while providing crop care and keeping track of what other value chain stakeholders are doing. The bricolage engine is a system of trial and error that uses energy, materials, and transaction paths that are readily accessible at ecoscapes where farms are located. Bricolage results in accumulated experience that evolves farmer phyconomist mindsets. Virtuous cycles of innovation and adaptation result in adaptive solutions that refine phyconomy systems. Adaptive phyconomy solutions are generally applied as rules of thumb. Phyconomist scientists travel the world, networking farmers, and testing hypotheses. While doing so, they foster development of mindsets that build a shared phyconomy mindscape. Nevertheless, even after 60 years, I still see phyconomists drowning in a sea of untested hypotheses. Lesson 2 is that adaptive phyconomy is strengthened by precision phyconomy. Phyconomy is the branch of applied phycology that comprises systems of art, science, and technology applied to production systems that yield crops of algae. Adaptive phyconomy is a low-cost, low-control approach to seaweed farming. It is practiced where biology of algal crops is poorly understood and or where confounding variables render precision technologies impractical. It is confounding variables that make adaptive phyconomy essential for ocean farming systems. For example, you have value issues and other human variables, uncontrollable weather and geology variables, such as typhoons and tsunamis, and uncontrollable oceanographic and ecological variables, such as tides, currents, and so forth. Adaptive phyconomy is a form of adaptive management. This concept was developed in the 1970s by Buzz Hawley and Carl Walters from the University of British Columbia and later from the International Institute of Applied Systems Analysis in Vienna, Austria. Now, Buzz Hawley was my thesis supervisor when I took my PhD, and Carl Walters was a teaching assistant who did a lot to help me develop concepts of adaptive management, later adaptive phyconomy. Adaptive phyconomy can be interpreted in adaptive management terms as a process of dealing with uncertainty in the management of ecoscapes and adjoining renewable resources. It's a process of treating human interventions in phyconomy and ecoscape systems as experimental probes. Research is incorporated into phyconomy and conservation actions. So every crop cycle is like a new trial. If the crop grows well, farmers are happy. If the crop goes badly, farmers are unhappy. If the crop dies, farmers are devastated. But we seldom know why things happen or how to fix problems. Now, precision phyconomy is a high-cost, high-control approach to algal crop production. It is practiced where biology of algal crops is reasonably well understood, and culture conditions can be more or less comprehensively controlled. Precision phyconomy systems augment adaptive systems, and precision increasingly displaces adaptation. Lesson 3 is that phyconomy influences ecosystem services. All phyconomy systems provide ecological services for humanity, or at least we like to think that. Support services result from biosynthesis, especially photosynthesis in the case of seaweeds. Provisioning services sell biomass by the ton. Regulating services can be valorized through credits, such as carbon credits and nitrogen credits. And cultural services are valorized objectively as we appreciate and enjoy the world around us. Disservices are costed as damage. This would include algal bloom, beach fouling, and that sort of thing. Phyconomy harmonizes ecosystem services. Here you see depictions of support, provisioning, cultural, and regulating services in action. Lesson 4, phyconomy is therefore an element of integrated aquaculture. All phyconomy systems should operate within integrated multi-trophic aquaculture, or IMTA systems. For this concept, we owe a great deal to the late Professor Thierry Chopin, who unfortunately passed away just a few months ago. Lesson 5 is that phyconomy is built on knowledge, information, tools, and solutions. KITS for short. KIT sets are the core asset of phyconomy. Knowledge is the engine that drives phyconomy. Information is the fuel that powers phyconomy. Tools make the rubber hit the road. And solutions get us to our destinations. Marine environmental information is pathetically inadequate. The fuel tank definitely needs fueling in this segment of phyconomy. The Internet of Things could provide essential environmental data, but it is woefully underutilized. Affordable monitoring systems are sparsely deployed. Climate and seasonality impact are largely speculative. Lesson 6, phyconomy happens in socio-ecological production ecoscapes. Marine phyconomy is undertaken in production systems that function within coastal marine ecoscapes. So, in production ecoscapes, people live and work in the same space. Ecoscape is an umbrella term that includes landscapes, seascapes, and all other forms of scape. A socio-ecological production ecoscape is known as a SEPE. Sustainability results when enterprise ecology harmonizes SEPE ecosystem services in ways that build net enterprise profitability per eco-economic principles. Lesson 7 is that phyconomy is valorized through value chains and market systems. SEPE fit into a grand scheme of things, which includes an ecocosm, within which there are the atmosphere, geosphere, and hydrosphere, and the biosphere. SEPE should connect to the world through optimized supply and value chains and virtuous cycles of optimization continually increase the efficiency of these systems. Value chains function in market systems. So seashore enterprises produce goods and services that get processed, marketed, and consumed, while virtuous adaptation cycles evolve to better solutions. Market systems include governance functions and support functions and involve various market players. Experience shows that value chains can fail without hub enterprises as links integral to the chains. That is why we have formed SeaKits Hub. Lesson 8, enterprise ecology is how phyconomy fits into blue ocean economics. Now, enterprise ecology is an umbrella term that covers agroecology, phycoecology, urban ecology, and similar concepts. Enterprise ecology embraces the FAO 10 elements of agroecology. There is a large body of literature about agroecology out there. It is an accepted concept, and phycoecology really follows from it. But enterprise ecology is a term that includes all of them. Enterprise ecology kits enable enterprises in ecoscape communities to apply arts, sciences, and technologies that influence, manage, and control biosphere ecosystem services valorized through fair eco-economic market systems. Lesson 9 is that new applications, products, and markets must drive phyconomy development. The World Bank predicted seaweed market size up to about 2030. They identified 10 global seaweed markets with the potential to grow by an additional almost $12 billion by 2030. The most promising markets for seaweed are biostimulants, feed, and nutraceuticals, with total markets projected to reach about $8 billion by 2030. Here's a reality check, though. For one thing, no major market for eukumatoid seaweeds has materialized since SRC in meats during the 1980s. And the hydrocolloid markets that dominate eukumatoid value chains are essentially zero-sum games with very slow growth. Some major eukumatoid supply regions can produce much more biomass than they can sell nowadays. Others have experienced value chain failure and have no apparent path to recovery. For example, the place where I live now in the Philippines, once a prolific seaweed producer and now hardly any at all. Farm gate pricing of Kappa ficus in Indonesia reflects the struggle to balance supply and demand. We got several boom and bust cycles over the years. Market development must come from adequately funded, innovative enterprises. Copycat technology has been woefully prevalent during tropical seaweed industry development, and copycat does not lead to innovation and progress. Lesson 10, phyconomy and enterprise ecology is essential for blue ocean sustainability. United Nations Development Goals, or SDG, have been globally embraced, and phyconomy can impact many of these. In fact, phyconomy and enterprise ecology impacts on several big picture conceptual frameworks. Profitable enterprise alliances in value chains, in market systems, are key to sustainable success. Phyconomy in enterprise ecology is a driver for blue ocean sustainable development concepts such as biosecurity, climate cures, regeneration, a favorite term nowadays, ecoeconomics, integration, biodiversity, sustainability, and stewardship. These initiatives cannot succeed unless small to medium and micro enterprises, MSME, are profitable, and almost all seaweed farms fit into the MSME category. Yes, virtually all seaweed farming is done by MSME, and according to World Trade Organization, MSME account for 95% of businesses globally and provide more than half of total global employment. During my 60 years in phyconomy, I've witnessed the expenditure of countless millions of dollars in initiatives allegedly aimed at what are now called blue ocean economies. Yet, in my experience, a woefully small percentage of such funding ever provided meaningful development of marine MSME and value chain in market systems. So here's a bonus lesson for you, and that is that with old age comes disappointment and frustration. That's right, old age is not for the faint of heart. After 60 years in phyconomy, I have learned to my sorrow that ageism is real. Your employer may dump you, many entities have policies that deny you service or would deny you work. So enjoy a long life. Stop ageism now. 70 is the new 50. Give old people a chance to continue leading a useful life. So I'm linking with the young and diverse as I tackle this mission of my sunset years, building a startup company at the age of 78. Please join me to make this happen. Restore tropical seashores one enterprise at a time with enterprise ecology. When I started in phyconomy 60 years ago, that word had not yet been coined, and I had no understanding of the complex socio-ecological systems where phyconomy must fit. Even after 60 years, I see how meager is my understanding of systems behavior as climate change interacts with ecosystem services and ecoeconomic blue ocean economies. My remaining years are being invested in passing forward what lessons I can as succeeding generations develop sustainable enterprises along the seashores of the world. Thanks for watching. Restore tropical seashores one enterprise at a time with enterprise ecology.